Here's a look at changes implemented at the San Ysidro Port of Entry in California since September 11th. The border crossing is between Tijuana, Mexico and San Diego. We spoke with a customs agent about the new procedures.
At this port of entry, we have three primary agencies that are responsible for the border as the Federal Inspection Service. That's the U.S. Customs Service, and we're the Merchandise Agency. The Immigration Naturalization Service, they are the People and Document Agency, and we have the Department of Agriculture. I'm a customs inspector, and our job is to do the actual inspection of the vehicles as they cross the border. Also associated with us, we have the Office of Investigations, the agents. And I'm more similar to a beat cop. I'm working this beat, I am checking the cars, checking the people that come through here. Whereas the agents are more like the detectives. They will go and investigate a case further. When we interdict a violation of law, they're going to come down, take over the case, do a full investigation, prepare cases for court, and they'll do a lot of activities outside the port of entry to deter criminal activity.
Can you give us a little overview about what we're looking at here at the border?
Yes, the San Ysidro Port of Entry is actually the busiest land border in the world with over 40,000 cars coming through here every day. You'll see we have 24 lanes of traffic. Each of those lanes is staffed by a customs or immigration inspector. And in this pre-primary area where we're at now, we actually do 1/3 to 1/2 of our seizure activity. We are stopping cars, talking to people, checking hoods, trunks, looking into the vehicle. Then the car will proceed forward and they will stop at the booth. Each person who comes across the border will make a declaration to the officer as to what they're bringing. We'll do a cursory review and decide if we're satisfied with that situation or perhaps we need to send it for further review. In addition to that, while this is all going on, we have a canine program. We have canines out here sweeping the area, smelling for the potential of narcotics being brought into the United States. When people are crossing the border, they should understand they are crossing an international border and there will be some level of inspection. The wait times will vary depending upon the time of day and when they're crossing. Perhaps it's a weekend or holiday and there's more traffic coming through. Our goal is not to impede legitimate commerce. In fact, we try very hard to expedite legitimate travelers. However, while we're doing that, we're looking for violations of law, so there will be some delay while we're checking that. Typically, what will happen is an average car being checked will take anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes to check a particular car. But if there's a lot of cars behind that, there will be some delay so they can get up to that point. The actual inspection process itself, as far as the screening, is very quick. There's a cursory review. If there's something more that's needed, the car will go to a secondary inspection, and that inspection will generally take 10 to 15 minutes for a secondary inspection. The Customs Service actually has a long history of interdicting and dealing with anti-terrorist issues. This went on well before the 9/11 events. We have some incidents where Customs Inspector found a vehicle that had explosive materials that was going to be going into the Seattle area and was interdicting that. We've had training over the years. So for the Customs Service, interdicting terrorists and dealing with the terrorist issue is not something that's new to us. However, the emphasis certainly has changed. Terrorism is our #1 priority to deal with the anti-terrorist issues. We do typically encounter narcotics as the volume of activity of the violations that we have here. However, even before 9/11, we're dealing with the terrorist issue. Now, things that have changed for the travelers, you will probably expect a little bit longer of delays. Those delays have come down quite a bit since September 11th, but initially we were inspecting almost 100% of everything that was crossing through the passenger ports of entry. We are looking a lot closer at people, a lot closer at hoods and trunks, making sure that large volumes of items can't enter the United States illegally. However, the emphasis for the Customs Service has not dramatically changed in that respect. We've always been focused on violations of law. We continue to do so. However, with a renewed focus on potential terrorists and the items they may also be bringing.